Good evening and thanks for joining us. We know much more tonight about the worst mass murder in Edmonton in half a century, and the picture is gruesome. Autopsy results confirm that all 8 victims of Phu Lam were killed by gunshot wounds. For reasons he took to his grave, he spared 2 of the youngest residents of this North Edmonton home, but murdered everyone else in it almost 2 days before police discovered their bodies. We've also learned his now dead wife went to police in 2012, saying Lam had a plan to murder her and his entire family, but he couldn't obtain a gun then. Police say he eventually bought a stolen 9mm pistol and used it over several days this week to carry out his deadly threat. There are a lot of new details from police tonight, and CTV's Janet Dirks takes us through them.
Inside this house, 3 generations of a family were killed. Today, police identified the victims and suggest their killer, Phu Lam, was methodical in their murders.
Based on what we saw in terms of evidence in the house, it was fairly obvious to us that this was planned and deliberate. That's really as far as I can go right now.
Dead are 35-year-old Thuy Tien Truong, Lam's wife, her 8-year-old son Elvis, her 33-year-old sister, the sister's 3-year-old daughter, Thuy Tien Truong's mother and father, and a 41-year-old male friend. There were 2 babies in the house, but Lam did not kill them.
Phu Lam dropped off 2 young children, aged 1 year and aged 8 months, at an adult relative's home.
The 1-year-old is believed to be Truong and Lam's daughter, the baby boy, the son of her sister. Police cannot explain why he spared their lives, nor do they know why he killed Cindy Duong in her South Edmonton house. She was shot while her 3 young children and husband were at home. Police say there was some kind of connection between the families, but Duong was not the intended target.
Mr. Lam went to that home, not by accident. He went there in order to locate somebody who he believed would be there at the time. That person was not present in the residence at the time, and subsequently Cindy Duong was shot.
Lam had a history of violence. He was charged with uttering death threats, assault and sexual assault in 2012. At the time a restraining order was issued, Truong testified Lam was angry over DNA tests he claimed showed Elvis was not his biological son and threatened to kill her and her family. He sponsored Truong to come to Canada from Vietnam, marrying her 6 months after meeting her. She was 18 years younger than him. Charges were eventually dropped after Truong and her family recanted their testimony. Court documents also reveal Lam filed for bankruptcy, nearly $500,000 in debt. Lam blamed gambling for his financial problems. In a statement, the Provincial Crown's Office explained why they stayed the charges of uttering threats and assault in 2012. Prosecutors were simply not convinced there was a likelihood of conviction, not when the wife and her family retracted everything they originally told